Genesis chapter number 22. Listen, 22 and 3 says, and Abraham, he rose up. He rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took two of the young men with him and Isaac, his son, and clad the wood for the burnt offering and rose up and went into the place where God had told him. Come on, 4. Then on the third day, Abraham lifted up his eyes. He saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto the young men, what did he say? Abide here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you. I want to underscore this morning, I and the lad will go yonder to worship, and we will come again unto you. St. John's, is that right? 4. And verse number 21. Verse number 21, it says, Jesus said unto her, what did he say? Believe that the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor at Jerusalem. That's very interesting, because at the time that they were reading this, there was a place to worship. Oh, you got to hear what I'm saying. There was a place to worship. You worship, you know not what. He said, we worship what we work. We know what we worship. For salvation is of the Jews. And the hour coming, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeking. Listen, for the Father what? Seeking. Watch here. God is not looking for praisers. How I perceive things have changed. All right. It validates the thought that I have that I don't care how much you know about Jesus, you don't nearly know as much as you ought to. If you seek him, he will download. He'll show himself to you. Worship. Everyone say worship. Worship. And in our definition of worship in the day that we live in right now, we perceive worship to be words that we frame to talk about his goodness and his grandeur and his splendor. But it is not worship. Matter of fact, I have found that to be more praise than worship. Worship is a secret event done in private. God is a God that is not looking for the showcase of demonstrating something that we perceive that if we demonstrate, that people will think that we are holy. He's not interested in that, because we will become hypocrites from this standpoint. We will be men pleasers and not God pleasers. And as long as men pat us on the back and consent to what they perceive to be our holiness, then we'll do just great. But God is not looking for that. God is looking for men and women who are sensitive to him on the inside. And Jesus said, go get your husband. And she said, I have no husband. But she was with a man already. She said, I have no husband. And Jesus said, you say right. For even the one you are with is not yours. See, let me tell you what happened. Sometimes we miss it all. We miss it all looking for something smart and clever to say. But what had actually happened is the woman could have concealed her condition before Jesus. She didn't have to confess to Jesus. But when you are thirsty, you will become transparent. When you are thirsty, you will confess. When you are thirsty, you will open up and say, Lord, you see me how I am. I want something from you that I cannot get from you if I'm not open with you. When you want to meet Jesus, you don't care what the person next to you. You don't care about the person next to you. And I'm not trying to diss you or throw off on you. But listen here. When hell comes up, you are not volunteering my spot. worship him. Look at someone say, another place. There's another place to worship.